Okay, so when you hear the word Jordan, what instantly pops into your head?
If we're being honest, for most of us it's really just two things. You've got the iconic rock-carved treasury of Petra, and tourists effortlessly floating around in the Dead Sea.
Right, exactly. But thinking that's the whole story, that is literally like looking at the cover of an encyclopedia and assuming you've read the entire book. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving way, way past the surface.
Our expectation is usually just, a gorgeous desert with a couple of famous landmarks sprinkled in. But the reality? The reality is that Jordan sits at the literal crossroads of human civilization. We're talking about a place where the deepest layers of human history, extreme, otherworldly geography, and monumental engineering firsts all just spectacularly collide.
Seriously, we are about to rapidly reveal the hidden, honestly mind-blowing depths of a country that the world has barely even scratched the surface of.
Part 1. Beyond Petra and Salt, plunging into the hidden depths.
Let's dive right in.
Quite literally. 430 meters below sea level. That is where the Dead Sea, which is shared between Jordan and its neighbors, actually sits. It is the absolute lowest point on the surface of the earth.
And it's not just some fun place to float. The water there is 10 times saltier than the ocean. You literally cannot sink even if you tried.
And what's absolutely wild to me is that this was actually one of the world's very first health resorts. Ancient kings used to travel there specifically for its therapeutic properties.
Okay, but this next stat completely shatters what we think we know about Jordan's most famous site. Petra is a literal wonder of the world. We've all seen the pictures. But get this, archaeologists have explored less than 15% of the site. A staggering 85% of Petra still lies entirely undiscovered. It is completely buried beneath the desert sand right now. So you aren't just walking through an ancient city. You are literally walking on top of a massive, hidden, 2,000-year-old empire.
Part 2. Ancient firsts, buried secrets, predating empires. Let's see how this completely rewrites our understanding of human engineering.
You know, we usually anchor our whole idea of the ancient world to the Roman Empire around 27 BC, or maybe the Egyptian pyramids around 2700 BC.
Right, but check this out. In eastern Jordan, the Jawa Dam was built around 3000 BC. That is the oldest known dam in the entire world, built thousands of years before the Roman Empire was even a thought.
And it goes even deeper than that. The Ain Ghazal statues, which were discovered in Amman, date way back to 7500 BC. They are actually among the oldest human figures ever created on Earth.
We're talking millennia before the pyramids. It's just staggering.
Host B, Part 3, Sacred Waters and Mars Deserts, from pilgrimages to other planets. Host A.
Because the physical landscape here is just a massive study in unbelievable contrasts.
On the one hand, you have this deeply sacred, historically monumental ground.
Exactly. Over on the eastern bank of the Jordan River sits Al-Muqtas. This site is officially recognized across multiple Christian denominations as the exact location where Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. Today, it's a major UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most globally significant pilgrimage destinations out there.
But then you travel south, and it's like you leave Earth altogether. Welcome to Wadi Rum. With these massive, towering rock formations, deep, rust-red sands, and this near-total silence, Wadi Rum is so incredibly Mars-like that NASA literally uses it as an active training site. It's just an entirely otherworldly landscape, which makes total sense why Hollywood filmed Dune, The Martian, and Rogue One right out there in the sand.
Part 4. A dense historical tapestry, layer upon layer of history.
And the craziest part? These extreme geographic contrasts aren't spread out across some massive continent. They are within an easy driving distance of each other.
And the crucial point here really comes down to one massive number: 100,000.
In a country that is geographically smaller than the state of Indiana, there are over 100,000 recorded archaeological, religious, and historical sites.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. 100,000. From Greco-Roman ruins to Crusader castles, Byzantine mosaics to Nabatean rock cities, practically every single corner of Jordan holds something ancient. It's like walking through a giant, open-air time capsule.
Oh, and hidden inside that massive tapestry are these incredibly fun, rapid-fire revelations. Take Jordan's modern capital city of Amman, for example. Back during the Greek and Roman periods, this sprawling ancient city was actually called Philadelphia. It was one of the 10 great cities of the Decapolis League. And yeah, before you even ask, the connection to the American city of Philadelphia is entirely 100% coincidental. But still pretty amazing, right?
Part 5. Modern Triumphs, Timeless Hospitality, the Spirit of Jordan Today. Because look,
Jordan isn't just some dusty museum of ancient stones. It's an incredibly vibrant, living culture.
Case in point, right here, the 2016 Rio Olympics. A 20-year-old from Amman named Ahmad Abu Gaush fought his way to the podium and won Jordan's first ever Olympic gold medal in Taekwondo.
It was just a massive modern triumph. This single historic victory totally transformed the sport's popularity across the entire country literally overnight. It really proved that Jordan's legacy of greatness is actively being written right now today.
But even in modern everyday life, those ancient traditions still hold strong, especially when it comes to human connection. If you're ever a guest in Jordan, you absolutely need to know the golden rule of hospitality.
So, if you're offered food or a drink, proper etiquette dictates that you actually refuse up to 3 times before finally accepting.
Right. It sounds counterintuitive, but why do they do it? Because accepting immediately can actually seem a little impolite. Refusing gives your host the genuine honor of demonstrating persistent, wholehearted generosity.
So when you take a step back, that old assumption that Jordan is just Petra and a salty lake, it vanishes completely.
Absolutely. This is a country where the literal lowest point on Earth, the world's oldest dam, some of humanity's earliest statues, NASA's Mars testing grounds, and the site of history's most pivotal religious moments literally all sit right next to each other.
Jordan is, without a doubt, one of the most historically dense and underappreciated places on the entire planet.
And remember, with 85% of Petra still completely buried, the biggest discoveries are probably still waiting beneath the sand, which really makes you wonder, what else is hiding right beneath our feet?